Today I'm going to talk about the reason why we decided about 12 months ago to go in. I wouldn't say it's a partnership, it's working with more than a partnership. Or you could call it a partnership, whatever you want to call it. We had an issue where we was going out doing boiler installations and we wasn't getting enough in specific areas. And again, one of my friends, you won't know him, he's called Graham. Well, you might know him actually. He's called Graham. He's the director of a company called GHE. I think it's fire and electrical security. It does have a few different categories that it does, but it's GHE basically. They're probably the biggest electrical company in Wigan at the present. They've got a showroom in Wigan. We've got a sister showroom inside there with the boilers, which we're going to be launching. Me and Graham have been trying to do this, but we've been so busy. So we decided to go into this together because we saw that the amount of times I go out to a job and they wanted electrical work, and the amount of times he went out to a job that they needed plumbing or boiler work. So instantly now, under our brand, we offer full electrical. GHE go out and do all our work. We charge the customer exactly what GHE would charge them, and vice versa with the boilers. So if they get a boiler, they do exactly the same. So if it comes through them, they do the boilers. And the reason for doing that is because in this area, we've got a big brand. In their area of Wigan, they've got a big brand. So if you go into specific points, GHE vans will be seen all over Wigan. M&R vans will be seen all over Bolton and further afield. But what we're trying to do is tell people that we're working together so that they get that relationship of, oh, well, they do plumbing and they use M&R. Oh, well, they do electrics. They work with GHE. GHE have got about, last count, I think they've got about 15 engineers. It could be more now because it's obviously varying on what subcontractors, because they've always got a couple of subcontractors doing bigger jobs and things. But the implement of staff, or team members, should we say, because I hate that word, staff, or employee, but we say it a lot, is about 15. So they've got plenty of electricians on the road. What I'm saying is they can respond quickly. They've got resources out there. They've got such a vast training between and experience between all those different electricians. Now, if you flip that to our company, exactly the same. So we've got 10, currently 10 engineers and 2 subcontractors that work within the company. We are growing to 11 because we're taking somebody else on. We're currently looking. But ultimately, basically, in a nutshell, the vast experience that you've got from all the engineers that are our company, it's phenomenal. There's not really anything domestically we can be challenged on. And commercially, obviously, everyone can be challenged on commercially, but I've got a good understanding on that. And Wes, who is getting trained up on that, he's only getting better and better and stronger with it. And he's done plant rooms. He's done some really good jobs up to £50,000, which isn't massive in the commercial, but it's massive in the light commercial. So some of the biggest jobs we've done are probably £180,000. Now, why that's important? Because if I'd have got that specific job, I could have then done another vertical and done the electrical side because I could have utilised GHE. So when we're going out doing for companies at the minute where we're looking after, I'm not going to name everything because the companies where we're going out, say they've got 40, 50 shops out there, we'll look after those shops. Now, they'll be using odd electricians, but what they want is to come to one person under one roof that does electrical and plumbing, and then we could diversify into other things. I've said this, and one thing I'm really passionate about diversifying is into solar. I do believe the market's going to be huge in that, and I still think it's pretty untapped, and everybody I'm speaking to that's doing it are doing well, and there's loads of work out there. So I'm on to Graham to set up the solar side so that we can offer everything under one roof, a bit like a Tesco's or something like that, but not quite as far on as that. And the importance of it is because the marketing that we are already paying for, if we go in with GHE and we want to do a marketing campaign in a book, for instance, this book here, we can have GHE here, M&R here, and twine the two and half the costs. Yet though we've still got double centre spread coverage, but we're half in the costs on the marketing. So we can go into different areas of marketing. Vans, for instance, we can replicate a van and put there on it. It really helps because both of mine and Graham's end goal is to have 2 companies that are sustaining themselves, that are doing really well, and they are recession proof, which is quite a strong word, but that's what we're trying to build. And by, for instance, having two companies there, if we ever went slack and they had a big job, we could literally say, oh, we could get some of our lads on to help you to labour, for instance, or vice versa. You just never know what's going to happen in the next few years. So we're strengthening our brands together, because working together, we're getting work off each other that's already marketed and paid for. So it'd be stupid not to do it. And, further down the line, we may go further and join forces. You never know where this is going, to be fair. But ultimately, that is the reason why we went with GHE, because there's a lot of electrical work that we turn down, and I feel, especially when we're doing bigger jobs, GHE are doing something today, the wiring for us. When we used to go out and do stuff, we could never get the electrician to turn in when we wanted. So if we wanted it, the first fix doing it was often wrong. So we'd put the boiler in first and all the product in, etc. He'll go and wire it. So we did a big one, a really big one. The job was about 60k, underfloor heating, boilers, etc., 2 cylinders, accumulator, all that sort of stuff. I would normally go and wire that underfloor heating. That underfloor heating wiring was all hardwired. That would take me, I would say, the size of the house, the best part of a week. That's a lot of my time. GHE have got a couple of electricians that are on par and on level that can wire these systems. So I sent them in. They sent 2 lads and then did it in 3 days. So I can then cost that into my job. The customer's happy, everything's happy, all labelled up, perfect job, done and dusted. I don't have to do it. So I'll make less money, but my time is better being spent on the company than at the property. Because if I misquoting, I'm not going forward with any more work, am I? So I'm utilising my time. So that was another reason using JHE. Ultimately, the reason I've done it is to free me up as well. So there is different reasons why we've gone down this. And same with GHE, they don't want me messing about with any like showers or plumbing or anything. They just send us to do it. Works incredibly well. And especially, I would say we probably get more opportunities than they do. We're working on how we can do this, but obviously this is, again, baby steps. So all this, what we're trying to create, me and Graham's got a fantastic team. The ones that I know are Stuart. He does all the quoting. He kind of manages the lads, I think. He's very much involved. He's my go-to. The other one is a gentleman called Ben. He's great as well. Go to him. So them are two I know. I have met a couple of the engineers, but I don't know them by first name. So I've got a good relationship. So we ring up our office team, ring them up, and they're pretty much on us, and they get everything done. I think I'm going to say how it is, Graham. I think when people try to come through me and Graham, which they often do, and if anybody listening to this now, anybody, it's dead important this. When you've got an office and a team, and you ask us, me or Graham, the directors, can you do this? We're going to say yes, of course we can. We're going to forget within 20 minutes of that conversation because we've jumped onto several other 15 different things going on, because running a business is a lot of information, a lot of calls. So we have a team that take all them calls, but people still want to come through us. So my advice there, quick plug here, is don't come through us. Ring the offices and go through the teams and the process and the systems, the operations, because you'll get your job done. Me and Graham will just say, yeah, it's fine, and you'll probably not get your job done. So ultimately, the merge, it's not like we've merged businesses. We're helping each other to market, keep the costs down, market each other, opportunities in people's houses, plugging each other, getting our brands known in different areas. Fantastic. The other thing is service to our customers. So they can have one situation, one job done, one house done, one refurbishment, and we'll do the lot. Anything to do with mechanical, we'll do the lot. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to do it, because it's better to work with the electricians that you know and the company that you know, because as you know, electricians out there and plumbers, they're hard to work together because we basically do similar jobs and we're in each other's way, and we've both got our ideas and I'm sure they're both right. All the plumbers are always right. No, they're joking. Yeah, so that's the reason why I merged. I thought I'd share that with you guys. It's only a short one, this. It was just to share why we've gone into working with JHE, is because of some of the bottlenecks that we come up against. We've flattened them now because we've now got a full electrical company that we can send. And it's also great if you ever have a mistake or go through a wire or they go through a pipe, boom, we sort it out. Fantastic. I'm not saying that happens a lot, but it does happen. People out there know as it happens. We can just got access to that, and it's a lot of peace of mind. So I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. Thanks very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like this, please. Any information that you need, just drop it in the comments. Get in touch with me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Give me a bit of time because I've got a lot going on, and I'm relatively new to this now. I did do this in 2022. I did podcasts called "Don't Get Left Out in the Cold." I was big on social media, but unfortunately, I fell poorly. I dropped off for about 2 years. I'm now okay. I'm now getting better. I'm getting stronger. I've really been, looking at what other people are doing. I've seen some amazing content out there. There's a lot of people out there that I really now admire what they're putting out there. The journey's amazing, and it's quite what's the word? Inspiring. So it's inspired me to jump back onto this. So yeah, your support would be great, and I'm pretty sure I can bring out more content. And everything I do is off the cuff, nothing scripted. So I'm sorry if it's a bit, but I feel like it's the best way to do it. And again, if anyone's looking for any opportunities to come and work for us, just drop us a message because we are always looking for talented staff and growing our team. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you soon.